Welcome back, guys. Two veterans of pro gaming now face off in our second series of the night as we have Grubby and Happy going up against one another to find out who's going to be moving on to that winners match to be playing against MC.
Yeah, I don't think neither one wants to really play against MC, but you have to if you want to do well within the World Championship Series here. MC, of course, a killer of a player. But now let's find out which one of these two old-time Warcraft 3 players who've, of course, moved into StarCraft 2, not having quite the same success in StarCraft 2. Let's see how they face off against each other here. Happy versus Grubby, our second game of the evening. Of course, Happy, we are both of these players, actually, one of 6 players to have competed in WCS Premier League Kalaris. This is going to be a good one. An online warrior, but he needs to perform today.
And then, of course, we have Grubby, a guy who is also in that category. So this is a big deal. Both of these guys, they've been here time and time again. But who's gonna move on?
That's right. Only one way to decide. Let's jump into the game, Kalaris, and get right into it. Who's going to win this best of 3? I think Grubby.
I think maybe 2. Let's get into it as we have our second series. And spawning on to the left-hand side, it's our blue Terran representing Team Empire. It is Happy. And down to the bottom right, we have our red Protoss. It's the Grubster.
I believe in the Grubster. Against Happy too. Just the way that they both approach StarCraft, definitely for me at least, I would say favors Grubby. Despite Happy being solid and very clean on his macro and able to power through to the late game, Grubby's a player who really prepares for his opponents very well. He's very smart. He knows how they play. He knows how to tailor his own builds towards his opponent. And especially because this is the first game of the evening, they've known this matchup for a very, very long time now, weeks and weeks and weeks. So Grubby's going to know how to take on Happy. And especially because they played against each other a lot in StarCraft 2. They've known each other's playstyles from Warcraft 3 as well, which were very similar. I think this is going towards Grubster.
I mean, you're completely right about what you're saying. It's one thing to have played each other a lot in this game, but to have also known that person just in general for a long time helps out in spades. I would say in relation to this. And as you said, Grubby's a very, very smart guy, a very cerebral guy. Will look for opportunities and pounce on them against opponents he knows.
Unfortunately, though, his double gas opener, which has a lot of different branches to go down, has been spotted immediately here by Happy. Sees double gases and is like, oh, golly gosh, what is this guy planning? And Grubby has a probe in the middle.
Why?
Who is on patrol move on the Octopus, and now slightly to the right of the Octopus. He is planning to throw down a tech structure here no matter what, by the looks of it. Unless he's expecting this to be a Reaper, which then he would move out just a little bit later on. Like around just close to 4 minutes, then nope, he's planning a structure.
Interesting little location, though. I think Happy's going to be very unaware of what's going on here.
Well, Happy's moving a Marine around. He knows that this is a little bit weird from Grubby to open up double gas like this. He's checking if there's a Stargate around his base, but he will not know it's in the middle of the map.
Yeah. It's going to take a lot of time. I don't think he will check there at all. I mean, considering the spawning locations and the fact that Happy has already seen where his opponent has spawned, it's very, very difficult to spot this in the middle of the map. But likewise, Grubby is playing the probability game of like, well, I technically don't know where you are right now, but it will, you'll find out in the end.
Twilight Council, so I don't think he cares where it's going to be. It could be a DT rush here.
Yeah.
I love that Grubby's taken this approach because a player like Happy, who's meant to be super solid, let me please get to the late game type of player, is a player who has to now guess of all the different options that Protoss has to offer. Because he knows this is a late Nexus, he knows that something's going on, which is why there's a bunker coming down on his main, and he's going to say, is this a Robo facility somewhere? Is this going to be a Stargate? Is this a Twilight Council? Is it Blink? What is this? And there are so many different options, and there are so many different responses to the options. Obviously, DTs need scans available or turrets available. Stargate needs units in the mineral lines. Robotics facility needs a hell of a lot of bunkers to stop an immortal push. So he doesn't really know what this is, so he's gone for a generic bunker on the ramp, Marines in the mineral line, turret being built, like everything. Yeah. But it's going to be a Blink play off a single gateway, bear in mind, at the moment. And where is the gateways? Okay, 4 gateways.
Yeah, there's got to be something. I mean, there's no sign of a Nexus. He has to actually.
This is a really good opener because the way that this works is because Happy prepares for everything, he isn't prepared for this. Which, the way to prepare for this, if you knew it was coming, you'd bunker up on one base, you'd have multiple bunkers, one on the ramp here, maybe one towards the back where the Stalkers are going to blink in around this area. you wouldn't be building a turret and you'd be building Marauders. But because he doesn't really know what's going on, he doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Which means these 4 gate Stalkers with Blink are going to do so much.
Exactly. It's an extreme going up against the middle ground, and he scans and sees no
But what
nexus
is it still?
Yeah, he still doesn't know. He still doesn't know.
It's not DTs because I think DTs would have come already. I guess he's still thinking it could be.
Yeah, he is. He has to be, considering there's another missile turret going down.
But it's getting too late for DTs. DTs come at this time off 2 bases.
And also, with Happy now retreating back to his natural, Grubby poked him with that Mothership Core, saw a missile turret in the mineral line. He's like, I'm selling this pretty easily. And he saw the positioning of the tech lab as well. So if that gets sniped down with a stim on the way, that's really, really going to hurt this. There's a lot of firepower behind Grubby's army right now.
He thinks this could be a Void Ray all in, maybe with a turret in the middle next to the bunker.
Look at this SCV, though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But it was a bit too late. And he's going to go straight for that tech lab that he spotted earlier.
On the Marines if you want here. And then just blink away, man. Blink away.
This is very, very difficult here for just these few Marines to stop. There's going to be more Stalkers coming with this very soon, but at least he knows now what he's going to be up against. How is the crisis management of Happy? Because it's going to have to be critically good.
Yeah, Grubby has a look over here, by the way, and says, no bunker, nothing on the front wall. I could attack there, but he's going to blink again into the to here. It's going to be harder, I think, to just blink straight in because there's Marines not close. Okay, Grubby's going to... It's close. He's going to lose units here.
Yeah, I really wanted to bring maybe those Stalkers to the back whilst all that was going on, because Blink is off cooldown. He is losing quite a few Stalkers here. Really needs these more reinforcing Stalkers to come along with this fight as well, but he is working down that unity number.
Killed 14 SCVs already, and the high ground is still given by the Mothership Core. This game's over. Happy prepared for everything, but not this. And this is what happens. I think this is a very smart and intelligent way to approach this this first game here by Grubby.
Yep. Even with the stim still on the way, Widowmine doesn't even get to burrow during all of this, keeping those weakened Stalkers at the back as well. Technically, the bunker finishes up, so it can hold on for a little bit longer, but can he deal with the 4 gateways of production with only the 11 SCVs?
Well, stim is not far away from finishing. A bunker is done and now being salvaged because he needs the money. But Grubby's going to go for this, man. He can jump on top of these Marauders and Marines, to be honest.
If he could get a Widowmine rooted, that'd be nice. But he just brings down that Marauder, knowing that that's the big damage dealer. GG, that falls, and Grubby takes game number 1.
Yeah, very well done there by Grubby. And I feel that Happy in this position is always the type of player, like, when you play my game and we go to the late game, you're dead and I'm going through.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is no one really plays Happy's game. They always play to beat him because Happy always does the same thing. Is always the defensive. I'm going to use this build. I'm going to try to scout you, try to defend it all. But you can't defend them all. You can't stop everything from happening to you because that's what he defends towards, you know?
When you said you can't defend them all, there was a Pokemon joke in there somewhere, but
well, there is, yeah.
You're completely right, though. I mean, Grubby is the kind of guy that will play this game smart, and Happy is the kind of guy that, if you let him get further than the earlier stages of the game, he is one of the best in Europe at it. Completely. One of the best in Europe, no doubt. But unfortunately, he never gets there. It's really sad.
And not today. And with players like MC in this group as well, we're definitely going to be playing him around a little bit. I mean, I remember MC played Happy last time, and he played him like a fiddle last season. So we'll see. It really depends, though, because if Happy does stop these type of attacks in mind games, he has a good chance to beat Grubby. Great chance to beat Cyril, but it'd obviously become more difficult against a player like MC, who can also match him toe-to-toe in a strong, normal game. But we'll see what the next one's going to provide. It is going to be King Sejong Station, the next map here. Another map which can hide everything and anything, anywhere.
Yeah.
But does Grubby portray an image of him hiding something? Does he throw Happy into this ultra-defensive stance where he's trying to protect himself against all these different things, but then Grubby does none of them and just then takes an economy advantage because all he did was work on his probe count?
It's actually, now that I think about this group as a whole, it's a very, very awkward situation for Happy to go into with these 2 Protoss that can be so aggressive, you know, and just kill you off very, very early. It's absolutely not the group Happy wanted to be in. And in considering that this is the last season of Premier League for this year, Happy wants to be pushing himself forward. He wants to take those higher positions that he's had in the past in WCS Europe.
Yeah.
But he's found himself in a really tough group to get further.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Happy, I mean, he's just kind of stagnated when it comes to his results in WCS. In the very first one, he got a top 8 finish, and then it was like round of 16. Maybe this is happy season. Okay, no. Round of 16. Maybe this is happy season. Oh, unfortunately not. And then this year, it's just been round of 32 and round of 32 again, and people have just almost started to ignore, Happy as a player now. They're like, all right, well, it's just Happy. He doesn't really do anything. He's round of 32 player all the time. And people like Daishi, Bunny, Thermal's putting in results, and these type of players are rising much faster in terms of popularity and who people are expecting to carry the Terran flag in Europe. And Happy and people like Cass as well just dropped off a little bit more.
Yeah, getting a little bit left behind, unfortunately, for them. But let's see if Happy can kind of make that resurgence here. Getting into game at number 2, needs to really take this one. He doesn't want to be going down to that lower bracket at all, because Serral, just in general, as a wild card, is very, very dangerous here in this group as well.
Especially against Terran.
Yeah, especially. All right, let's get into it. Game number 2 then, as we have King Sage on station our map. Down to the bottom right, it's our blue Terran representing Team Empire. It is Happy. And then up to the top left-hand corner, currently 1 game up, it is Grubby.
So, I mean, my biggest interest watching this is just the way that Grubby's going to approach it. I think that's the awesome, actually. Does Happy now start to blind counter these different types of openings at all? Does he go like for a gas first or something, bizarre? Does he try to play his normal game again? Does he try a fast Widowmine or Marine drop? I don't know. Supply Depot already in position to spot if a probe was to come in for a proxy gate or something.
Needs to be very, very cautious here. Again,
just his mindset from the very first Supply Depot was like...
Yeah, he's like, you're not getting me, Grubby, not this time. But Grubby still has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, that's for sure. Happy, on the other hand, I'm not really expecting anything too aggressive. If I did expect anything aggressive from Happy, I would think something like a Banshee, but I still don't even see that happening. I just see him going to a normal game.
Yeah, and he doesn't even like to go Reapers that often. He prefers 1 Barracks Command Center, which is obviously a little bit better for your economy than going for the gas. Obviously putting 3 in the Geyser rather than on Minerals, a later Command Center, lack of focus towards the Barracks as early. And he's going to go for a... Well, going to look down at his natural for a sec, not sure why. And we'll then scoot off towards...
Very cautious.
His 3rd base area. And then going to obviously go over towards Grubby. He's going to spot double gas again, though. So straight away, he's going to be along the same thought process of, God, what are you doing this time, man?
Oh, okay. So he is going to change that. If he was putting the pylon over here, I would expect maybe a tech structure on the low ground to maybe hide that. But Grubby just placing that on the very, very edge over here. And there's already a part probe up in the top right-hand corner. Why are you over there? Grubby's such a tricky guy right now. Oh,
yeah. And Happy's like, whatever, I'm just going to engineering block you, man. I'll know if you're on 1 base or not.
Yeah. All right, then. So the start out from Grubby already looking quite secretive, as Happy hasn't even gone in and seen the double gas. I wonder if that's a prelude to a bit of doom here, but there's not going to be any units to deny that, even if he wants to go in after the engineering bay.
Well, Grubby's going to switch it up again this time. Maybe DTs? I don't know. I actually don't know. This seems more obviously Twilight Council because it's so far away. It wouldn't really make too much sense to be a Stargate. Or as much sense. It could still be. I mean, what's the difference between it being up there and being at the top of your base? So the Twilight Council is definitely screaming here. So Happy goes in and is like, God damn, not again.
And he didn't even see the second pylon during all of this, so he must be like, grrr.
Grubby could do the same again. I mean, Command Center's in the main base this time, though. Bunker down. I wonder what... And Happy's building a turret already in his mineral, and he's like, I'm not losing to this fast Oracle. Grubby? But it's not an Oracle, it's a Twilight Council.
That's so funny that he let the engineering bay finish in his opponent's natural so he could get that missile turret. So
it's just going to be the same build again. Let Happy prepare for everything and then try to finish him off. This is 2 barracks instead of 3, I think it was in the previous game. Faster gases, so he's actually going to be heading towards a factory faster as well. Less units, but if Widowmines come into play, this does obviously get more difficult. And, yeah.
Yeah, you're completely right about that, actually. You're completely right. If he does have a few... I mean, we saw that, obviously, he wanted Widowmines during the very end of those pushes, but was unable to get them out because they were just being focused down too quickly there. Now, if he did have those, but then again, throws down extra barracks to keep going into his 3 barracks. No tech lab added on yet, either.
Oh, Grubby's gone for his 4 gateways. It's going to be
Simple.
the same again.
Completely simple.
Nice and easy games for Grubby today. It's going to end one way or the other usually with this.
Yep.
So Tech Lab and Reactor for Happy. With third barracks coming in, he's not going to be able to push that factory out as fast as he wants.
Nope.
If he's going to want to get another add-on here.
Stim's quite... because the base is so small on this map compared to Catalina, Stim is, like, the Tech Lab is a little bit more protected, I would say, especially with how the pylons are arranged and where he's going to be pressuring from, but still, Happy needs a lot of units to stop this kind of play.
Yeah, Happy's seen the mothership core down there now. He can imagine what's coming his way already. Double Tech Lab's down, Marauder's in production, no turret on the front line. He's pretty much just guessing this is Blink play again. No, obviously no DTs came in, no Oracles come in yet. It's not going to be a weird Void Ray. It's going to be a Blink all in.
At least he hasn't committed extra to a missile turret at the front. He needs every little bit of money he can get here whilst this goes on. Did he see it?
No. No.
So close.
Yes.
There, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he knows.
He knows.
Fully. Army supply. We have...
Jumping on these units with SCVs is good straight away. It's a good start.
Yeah.
If you
SCVs.
can get damage done, though. Oh, one down already.
That's not too bad. Blink just came off cooldown now, so you can start using this and actually moves the forward to the mothership core quite aggressively there. Is going to lose that.
We cannot lose the mothership core.
Oh.
That's his high ground vision. But Grubby already lost 2 stalkers there, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Army supply very similar, but now he has to be extra careful with his mothership core. He can't poke forwards. Of course, it will always give him high ground vision. Blinks up once again. Blink on cooldown. SCV's trying to hold this off as well. Where is he going?
Grubby's going for SCV kills.
Ooh. Okay, well, this is very ambitious. He's going to have to find some way to blink out of here, because if he doesn't... Okay, Blink's out quite far. He sees the factory, though, being prepared.
Yeah, sees the starport too. Medivac's going to be on the way. Grubby's starting to fail here. This time, Happy just kind of guessed a little bit more to what was going on. Didn't prepare for everything, per se, and was a little bit more just kind of expecting this. And this time, he is doing better against it, obviously.
And Stim is about to finish in 5 seconds time, so...
Oh, okay, Stim is going to go down now.
Yeah, Grubby's time is coming to an end here. There's Stim, and there goes a lot of these Stalkers very fast. He even gets the mothership core as he's able to pounce right on top of that thanks to Stim, and Grubby's going to have to find another way out of this.
Yeah, Medivacs are going to be made in 2x2 in a second, and now it's only the front wall, the bunker, and you're not going to really break a bunker here. Unfortunately for Grubby, you're not going to get 2 easy wins today. So now it's time for plan B, which is usually an expand and die. He will throw the expansion down or keep going for this, and either way, you keep going for it or you expand. There are going to be medivacs, and then you will die, usually, to Stim.
And Happy, with that factory, flies forward, sees the extent to his opponent's recovery plan, which is Sentry holding the ramp for now. So I don't think he should be too worried at the front. Even with these SCVs, I think he could pull those back, considering Grubby is already set up and looking to just contain and not be aggressive anymore.
Yeah. I mean... He could just pick up these units and fly around, or a single medivac fly around. There's a sentry for a force field, but Grubby, I mean, Happy has a quick scout. He may try run down, test Grubby's reflexes.
There goes the bunker, salvaging that and knowing that he doesn't really need it anymore because his opponent just has too few units there to really do a whole lot. He's actually going to go straight for it. Oh, not too bad force field, but it doesn't catch anything. I mean, it's slightly out of position, letting those Marines through.
Not good, not good. You meant to hold the whole army inside the main base there.
Yeah.
Grubby's going to have to retreat off. The one thing he's got going for him is the Photon overcharge, maybe.
You're an optimistic guy, Sean.
But right now that Happy has a lot of units, 4 medivacs, he's going to go over there and kill Grubby. This is going to be almost impossible to stop. When you dedicate to 4 gateways, no nexus, versus a player who does have 2 command centers, does have all the tech up and running. I mean, sure, Grubby's got Blink, but I mean, this is sledgehammers here. Marauders.
Yeah, this army is powerful.
Yeah.
Oops, there we go. All right.
He could pick up everything and drop it. It's a little bit more risky, of course, with Blink Stalkers around, but there's a couple of force fields. This is... if I was a Terran, it's one of my favorite parts of playing Terran versus Protoss right now, this scenario.
Being vastly ahead and looking to just for the killing blow.
Yeah, this is the best part.
I can imagine it is, yeah.
And it hurts even more when you still lose from this position.
Yeah, that would definitely hurt. But the thing is that Grubby was looking for an opportunity at the back with his Stalkers to see if any medevacs were going to come along. That would be his one saving grace. But he's bringing down the rocks. He's going to try and push this through. And goes before even any force fields were to lay down. He's going to bring down that Nexus so fast. Not a whole lot he can do to stop that as well. Here come the Stalkers to try and help. But the Nexus does fall. Happy holds and succeeds. GG.
Yes, he does. He holds the attack from Grubby. So Grubby denied the 2 easier wins. He gets 1 easy one, and then obviously loses the next one. But coming into game number 3 now, imagine if he does the same.
He quite happily could do in this series. And then, well, I mean, it depends really what map we're going to, doesn't it, actually, for our 3rd game?
Depends on the vetoes. By the way that this is being played out, I would imagine that... Grubby got rid of some small maps, or some of the small maps, so I wouldn't be... got rid of the large maps because we're playing on small maps.
Yeah, no, you make a good point.
Overgrowth, which is another small map. Yeah, so, you know, go for the Void Ray all-in!
Yeah, do that. That'd be nice. I like Void Rays. Void Rays are cool.
I don't know, man. Just he may play a normal game now, but definitely... The way that Grubby's approaching this is avoiding Happy in a straight-up fight so far, trying to win it easier. But I don't know how much longer he can keep that up.
It's going to be a little bit difficult here. Happy needs to sniff things out, but that's the cool thing about how Happy plays. As much as, yes, there is this tendency to just commit to like everything to try and hold it off, when he does get that small inkling, that little read into it, even a missile turret in the mineral line isn't enough to like completely set him fully back when he's preparing for something like this. And he can hold it off. He can hold it off.
If you say, hey, defend against my DT rush, no problem. Defend against my Stargate, fast one. Okay, no problem. And like if he was practicing, defending against my blink play off one base, no problem. It's actually very easy to hold all these types of attacks if you know they're coming. The problem is you don't know they're coming and you don't know which one it is going to be. That's the difficulty that he faces.
Yeah, it is difficult, certainly. All right, so we're going to get into game number 3 in just a second here. One of these players is moving on to play against MC. If it's Happy, then might be a little bit difficult for him there, because MC's win ratio in this matchup in 2014 is also ridiculous. But then if it's Grubby, we've seen plenty of MC versus Grubby, and that's pretty much a classic match by now in the European scene. They've played each other many a time, and it's technically in Grubby's favor.
But will we even see it?
Yeah. So countdown's begun for game number 3 here between these two. Happy looking to hold on against the relentless aggression of Grubby. Will he even do it? I mean, it's Overgrowth, 2-player map. He has a lot of options available to him.
Yeah, not as many places to hide things, though. But if he does get away with hiding it, then it is, of course, faster of an attack than, you know, most maps.
All right, well, let's get into it. Game number 3. Overgrowth is our map, as we have spawning up to the top right-hand corner. It's our red Protoss. It is Grubby. And down to the bottom left-hand corner, it's our blue Terran representing Team Empire. It's Happy.
He won't be happy after this series if he loses.
No. Be a little bit sad. A little bit sad. Because today is a tough group, a very tough group for a lot of these players. MC probably, I don't know, like he never thinks anything's tough. He just goes at it and he's like, yeah, Flash, no problem, I'll beat that guy, and actually did beat him. Then to unfortunately lose after Flash kind of figured him out a little. But anyway, on to today's games and today's group. Grubby, being ever aggressive, can Happy lock down?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that if he locks down, he wins, but if he locks down and doesn't lose early, then he's in an advantageous position. That's where nobody really likes to play Happy in, especially in this matchup, actually. His playstyle in this matchup is very frustrating for Protoss players, but also, you know, it can be frustrating, but it doesn't mean it's difficult. Frustrating is Happy will build 1,000 command centers, lose all his SUVs, build ghosts and nukes, and just really drag it on. Which is definitely frustrating for some players. And he's pretty good in that stage. We've casted games with him. I'm not sure if it was against MC or not, where Happy just got destroyed by storms, quite simply.
Yeah.
And he's taking a very interesting approach now. And this is mind games. This is rock, paper, scissors with your opponent. He's gone command center first. And against Command Center first, against an aggressive player like this, you'd obviously advise not to do that. Why would you open up so aggressive, or why would you open up so open to aggression versus an aggressive player? But this could be the element of mind game where he's like, all right, Grubby can't be aggressive 3 games in a row. He's probably going to just play a normal game, and I'll take an advantage because I'll go Command Center first. I'll have balls of steel, and there'll be no problem. The problem is here that Grubby still opened up double gas. He's going to go for a probe scout here, potentially. No, okay. Maybe, no.
I think with the amount of guys he had in gas, I think
should
he's
just be
probably
expanding, yes.
Yeah. But also, this is cool from Happy because he noticed in the previous 2 games that Grubby just wasn't scouting. Like, he was just going for the aggression, right?
But if he did, then I think Happy's in trouble.
Yeah.
If there was a proxy Stargate outside his base or something.
I think in the end, I think, you know, based on the fact that he wasn't scouting and then what you were theorizing, like he can't go through aggressive 3 games in a row, especially after I held it off in the second game, I think these 2 things work in tandem to the point where Happy is comfortable with doing, well, relatively comfortable with doing this.
Well, he's still got a bunker being made on his high ground.
So ever cautious, as always.
But yeah, I mean, he's got the better build order against Grubby. Neither of them do know it, though. Grubby's played a normal game here just with double gas opening, which I suppose if there was an early SCV, it could have played tricks to Happy himself, seeing the double gas and then going on a scouting craze to try and figure it out. But no, it is just a standard opening here from Grubby. Just, you know, Mothership Core, Stalker, Robotics Facility coming in. Happy having a look around, not really interested in what's in Grubby's base, more interested in what's around his.
Definitely wants to make sure he's not having any kind of proxies hit him at all. These are good locations to spot it, but at the same time, we've already seen in game number 1 that if Grubby were doing something like that, he could happily hide it in the middle of the map. It's a little bit more difficult on this map, of course, because there are these 2 watchtowers ever present, but still.
Well, this game, despite the slower start, despite the slower start, despite the Command Center first here, is going to go into a normal game here. You know, just the robotics facility, gas is coming in, so Grubby aiming towards, well, actually, I say that, and he throws down the robotics bay immediately.
Okay.
Okay, so with the robotics bay, before any observers, before any additional units after the Stalker and Sentry here, which is not going to get spotted, we are going to see, more than likely, a 2-base Colossus push from Grubby.
He saw the Robo, but that's, yeah, not the Robo Bay. So, yeah, I also have to agree. 2-base Colossus push here. Very, very happily executed by Grubby in the past, and he has liked it. So, Happy's got to be careful.
Yeah,
very careful.
I mean, just like any other attack, the number one thing for Happy to focus on, or if he knew what was going on, or if he didn't know what was going on, either way, find it. And he does. So this is good. This is good news for Happy. You've just spotted it. So when you spot this so early on, you know that, okay, if Grubby's going to go for this 2-base all-in, I'm just going to build a couple of bunkers. I'm going to make sure I have SCVs pulled, and I'm going to only build 2 medevacs and go straight to Vikings.
And it's funny, after that scan only just now, is he like, right, okay, I'm content with claiming my second base. Flying there now has 32 workers against 43, so Grubby completely kind of went very, very gun-ho with his Chrono Boost into the Nexus because he didn't feel that any threat was going to hit him at these earlier stages.
Well, that's the benefit of Happy keeping in his main base. He's safer against early attacks, but he slows down his reach with his economy.
These Colossi are going to be out so fast. He's already got 1 out. Second one's on the way as well, and he's just furiously Chrono Boosting into that now. There's no more probes on the way, so this is going to be completely strong against what we're seeing here from Happy.
Yeah, and he's moving out his factory towards the 3rd of his opponent, see if that ever does go down. 2 medevacs should be all, and then just over to Vikings. 4 barracks and a second stopper. Yeah, second stopper already, by the way. Very, very early, so 3 Vikings at a time.
Yeah.
He knows what he's got to do to hold it. Just how well is this going to be executed by Grubby? How well is the control from both players? And
well, that supply block didn't help Happy during all of this, that's for sure.
Yeah, stuff like supply blocks impact this type of game.
But it's great to see that how well Happy has actually read into this, like with that second starport coming down so fast, and he knows he has to bunker up and get ready for this assault. He's even stimming out a few units in the middle, knowing that this is about to come along, trying to get that Stalker. And actually,
no, he wanted it, but then he saw the Colossus and Sentries. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think Grubby can make this work.
No, I don't think so either. With 3 Vikings at any time now going to be pumping out, and they'll just sit up on this high ground. There's not enough Stalkers. There's nowhere near enough anti-air to really
+1 attack
get
as well,
on top of them.
remember, on all these Marines and Marauders.
Yeah, this is going to be difficult here for Grubby. Happy spotted this pretty early in its lifespan, and now trying to bring down this bunker, but it's not going to fall. All the Vikings have to do is poke back and forth, control against this for a while.
Yeah, Vikings got to be controlled very well.
A lot of Stalkers here, but that's already quite a bit of shields gone on this first Colossus. Doesn't want to be sacrificing any bio against this. The Stalkers poke forwards. How much are they going to do? They were trying to go for the bunker instead of the Vikings. Bringing down the Vikings is very important here. Doesn't lose a Colossus just yet, but now the bio's in pursuit.
I don't want to go in pursuit here. This is dangerous.
He's bringing the SCVs
there's
as
no
well.
force fields. There was a couple now coming out, I think.
But he's losing a lot of SCVs.
Yeah, I don't think he should have chased there. He lost both bunkers really easy. Did he salvage the other one?
I think he may have done. I don't think he's
Grubby
fully...
didn't kill the other one, surely.
I don't think so. I don't think he did kill it. But now he is really in a tight bind. That's 3 Colossi.
Well, this is over. I mean, it's actually over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he went a little bit too aggressive there.
A good attempt at handling this, and he did spot it pretty early, but in the end, I mean, this hits with a lot of power. It only now brings down 1 Colossus. I think the... I'm trying to... it's very difficult. With the position that Grubby had on those bunkers as well, being over here, and the Vikings not really having any room to hit from like the high ground on the left-hand side, with and having to hit from the front, very difficult for Happy to deal with.
Well, Happy's in a big trouble now. 2 Colossus alive. Grubby can camp this. I mean, he's got a Forge and Twilight Council and Immortal starting at home. He's more than happy to keep his opponent on 1 base. We see the armor and charge coming in, and this is great news here for Grubby. Just sit on this. He's got a massive supply lead and currently looking at a 2-1 win here. And you know, we'll get that game versus MC.
Yeah. And now, I mean, Happy is trying to go into full crisis management mode, which is making Widow Mines at the other side and trying to rally those in, because that's really the only option he has here. Very little available to him. The 2 medevacs, I mean, he needs these with the army. He needs to be able to stim if the fight's going to come, but he would like to ideally try and put some counter pressure on. It's just, there's too many things he needs to do and doesn't have enough to do it with, and especially since this actually gets caught as well. Oh, what a disaster.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not good. Not good at all, unfortunately. Not good at all. There's hardly any way to break this. I mean, you don't even have any... You got 1 medivac. You're going to try and ferry down there with 1 medivac. You can't even leave your own base. What are you meant to do? Where are you meant to go? Behind this, Templar Archives is on the way. Couple High Templar thrown into the mix, or Archons. It doesn't really matter. It's just the numbers game now for Grubby. Just build, to be honest, what's the gateways count? Oh, he's at 7, that's okay. Just build a lot of units, man.
Yeah, lots and lots.
Build the units. Win the game.
And those force fields are never going to stop. Sends a hallucinate Colossus forwards to have a look around. So that does fall down. Whoop. But those force fields are never going to stop.
This is such a painful death.
Yeah.
I feel his pain.
You can't do anything as a turret. It's very difficult. He has a good Viking count now, so he can push these Colossi away.
One more force field. 1 more, then go. Oh, he should have done. Oh, did he cast 1 more? No, okay.
Yeah, he's going to run away.
Okay. And High Templar are out now. It has to be like an SCV pull at this point.
Yeah.
You just pull your SCVs and go for it. You are not getting back into this game with a normal game.
Not at all. Way too much here for Grubby. Way too much.
Way too many probes. Way too much stuff. The one opportunity you have is if you pull all your SCVs, I feel, and try a good old SCV boy pull. But no, he's not doing that. Difficult. So if he's not going to do this, then Grubby has multiple ways to finish this. Sit back, chill, go kill him. Chill and kill.
Anything you want to do, man.
I mean, you've got an upgrade advantage, a tech advantage, you Storm. Happy tries to sneak around this left-hand side, but unfortunately the pylon, which was actually started for aggressive reasons at the start of the game, spotted him.
And even as Pylon's throwing Zealots into the mineral line when he knows his opponent's army is way out of position. So he's just waiting for Happy to come to him, get guaranteed damage on the mineral lines when he wants to, and then also kill off the army at the front. This is just very well executed by Grubby so far.
Yeah.
Nope. Land the Vikings!
This next fight is going to be more one-sided than England's game versus Switzerland last night. 2-0.
Was it?
No, it wasn't one-sided, but it was 2-0.
I have no clue about football. I didn't even know England was playing last night. That's how much I know.
Yeah, played a qualifier for the Europe UEFA League, or whatever it's called, UEFA Cup, Europe Cup. All right.
Isn't it like Euro? What year is it in? It's Euro 2000 and some, right?
16.
Okay. I used to watch those when I was younger. Actually, they were okay. I liked those.
Yeah, this is not good. I'm looking at it, I'm like, mate, well, maybe if he comes around from this... No.
Look optimistic, Apollo.
I'm trying to look for angles, man.
You tried before with Grubby's game number 2, but this one, it's a bit different.
Yeah, this is over. This is Grubby's game. He's going to the winner's game. He's going to face against MC in a best of 3 in a PvP for a chance to move through in first place here. Gets a shot at a former champion.
Recalls out, saves his Nexus at home. There's a Storm to shoot that away. GG. Game 3 goes to Grubby. Congratulations for moving on to the winners match.
He does move on to the winners match, and that's going to be an awesome game 4. But remember that we go to game 3, so it's going to be the lower bracket game first. Sarah versus Happy. You know, I think that a lot of people should be expecting Happy to win this one, but I think you might be surprised here. I think Sarah's got it in him. He showed fantastic games against other Terrans for the last year or so. And I think we can say that it's probably his best matchup too. So I'm feeling this one for Sarah, actually.
Yeah, he could definitely do it here. All our wild cards in WCS Europe have certainly put in a lot of effort and shown some good results. But for now, guys, we're going to go to a break. And then when we are back, we'll have the series number 3 of the day between Sarah and Happy.